Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for Monday, February 9th, 2026. Here are the key cyber risks moving today's session. A payments ransomware outage, active exploitation of a mail server vulnerability, and fresh nation-state espionage spanning government and critical infrastructure. We start with payments. BridgePay has confirmed a ransomware attack that took core systems offline, triggering a widespread outage across its U.S. platform. The disruption began Friday and cascaded into a nationwide service interruption for merchants using the gateway. It's a timely reminder that payment processors remain prime targets for extortion, business interruption, and downstream operational risk. On the vulnerability front, the U.S. Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency is flagging an unauthenticated remote code execution flaw in Smarter Mail that threat actors are actively abusing in ransomware campaigns. Mail servers are high-value entry points for initial access, credential theft, and lateral movement, so this rises to the top of the patching and threat hunting queue. Expect opportunistic exploitation to continue where systems lag on updates or exposure hardening. Turning to threat actors, researchers are tracking a state-aligned operation dubbed the Shadow Campaigns, with activity against government infrastructure observed in 155 countries. Related reporting attributes at least 70 breaches across 37 countries to the group notice TGR-STA 1030 UNC 6619, underscoring how stealthy, long-dwell espionage at scale is reshaping the risk profile for the public sector and critical infrastructure. Meanwhile, Germany's domestic intelligence and cybersecurity agencies warn of account takeover attempts via the Signal messaging app, aimed at senior politicians, military personnel, and journalists. It's a classic social engineering play executed on trusted channels, blending credential phishing with mobile messaging to hijack identities and sensitive communications. Edge infrastructure also features today. A China-linked adversary in the middle framework called DKnife has been quietly targeting routers and other edge devices since 2019. The toolkit uses multiple Linux implants for deep packet inspection, traffic manipulation, and malware delivery, effectively turning gateways into surveillance and delivery nodes that are difficult to detect. In policy, CISA has ordered federal civilian agencies to inventory and remove unsupported network edge devices over the next 12 to 18 months. The directive is designed to reduce technical debt and shrink the exposed attack surface, especially where end-of-life hardware can't receive security updates. Legitimate DYDX packages on NPM and PyPI were compromised to distribute wallet stealers and remote access malware. This is a textbook software supply chain attack, with impacts for crypto and fintech teams, but also any developer environments that automatically pull package updates. And in third-party risk, Flickr disclosed a potential data breach tied to a vulnerability at an email service provider, exposing names, email addresses, IP addresses, and some account activity. It's another example of exposure through partners that sit outside your direct control. Looking ahead, watch for continued service recovery updates from BridgePay, additional indicators linked to the Smarter Mail exploitation, and follow-on activity from the DKnife and Shadow Campaigns reporting. Development teams should validate dependencies and lock versions where possible, while leadership tracks messaging app phishing, targeting high-profile accounts. What to watch for today: payment gateways and fintech operations under ransomware pressure. Internet-exposed mail servers vulnerable to remote code execution. Routers, firewalls, and edge gateways facing adversary-in-the-middle tactics. Developer pipelines and package registries for software supply chain tampering. And third-party email or marketing vendors that may leak customer data. The takeaway: attackers are leaning on the edges, email, routers, suppliers, because that's where coverage is thinnest. Asset hygiene and dependency discipline won't stop every incident, but they narrow the blast radius and buy time when it matters. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.